Can you open your email ID and validate that one? Okay, can you cancel this one?
I don't have an option to cancel this one. I have to select.
Okay, click on no. I need a guided experience. Select all.
Give explain.
Yeah, give like a ServiceNow admin.
Let's finish setup, right?
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
start with.
Click on your profile. Click on request instance.
Again,
Where it went that profile? Request instance.
another is redirecting to
Click
nothing.
on that request instance on the your profile. No, not yeah. Yeah. Click on start building.
Okay. Story. Again, it is showing the same row.
Why? One second. Release instance. Click on change user role.
Change user. Yeah.
Click on
Admin.
yeah. Give it.
Then we would have done this and that.
I don't know why it is initially going for you like it's a basic permission. You won't get much information.
That's it. I have to close this.
Yeah, yeah. Close it and refresh it.
Yeah, admin it is all.
Yeah. Now open that instance. Start building.
I have to get back. No?
No, no. Here also you have an option, right? Start building. Downside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So now you'll get the UI page. So you won't get any App Studio. Okay. Click on plugins. Cancel.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. First one. Yeah. Plugins. Search for discovery. Scroll it down. Yeah. Click on ITOM discovery license. Install. Okay, click on run in background.
Wow, wait a first.
Go to the plugin again. Search for item. Enter. Okay. Yeah, family plugins. Yeah. So there are other things like event management and service mapping.
Okay, so if at all we install item, all these come under that family, yeah?
No, no, no.
Mm.
Discovery is different. ITOM is a one module in ServiceNow, but under that ITOM module, there we have a multiple applications like discovery, event management, service mapping, orchestration, and we got like a predictive intelligence as well.
Okay,
So and HLA, there are a lot of applications will come, but ITOM is a module. But under this, we do have separate application, event management and service mapping and all.
okay.
Okay, instead of doing this now, when we start this activity, we can do that. That's not a problem.
Mm.
Can you click on the Discovery Admin Workspace? Let me check whether do you. No, no, no. Scroll down on the same page. Yeah,
This,
Discovery Admin Workspace. Yeah,
this one.
this one. Yeah. Okay, click on Install. Let me see what it will ask. Wait. Okay, click on Install. Okay, so let it be complete. It will take some time.
Should I go for run in background?
Yeah, go for running background. It will work now because previously you had an user which like I don't have an access to install any plugins.
Yeah.
So if you click on the profile,
Hmm.
click on your username. Not here. Yeah. So you are an administrator. So you have a full access for this, like except like security concern, like wherever you can elevate the roles.
Okay.
Okay. So
Elevate the roles means like,
those will give you access for certain ACL rules will be ignored and you will get a complete access including the security. There are certain things you can't do that because ACL rule will be applied. So if you elevate your rule, you can even give a permission for any users. You can change the password for that particular users.
okay. So should I go for that?
No, no, not required right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one will be get complete. It will take some time actually. So meanwhile, can you click on one more plugin? Click on the application manager.
Okay.
Search for patterns. Yeah, click on cloud management. So this is the plugin we need to utilize to discover any cloud platform, either it's a AWS, Azure, or GCP.
Okay.
Can you
Install?
scroll down? Okay, go back, go back. Now we'll install that visibility one. Do one thing. Scroll it down. Scroll it down. Select IT operation management under the IT asset management. Yeah, IT operation management.
Here,
Not here in the checkpoint. There is an option on the product family.
IT service management is there, IT operations, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You want me to go down?
Yeah. Scroll down. Yeah. Click on cloud provisioning and governance. Scroll it down. Scroll it down a little bit. Okay. Install. Load demo data. Proceed. Yeah. So let me start with the basic level, like what is ITOM. So you have no idea what is ServiceNow and what is ITOM module, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what about your knowledge on the infra level, like the data centers? You have any idea about what are data centers and what is the customer environment will be exist? What is infra? It will make.
Data centers and all, like when it comes to my tool listing, yeah, like we will be getting the datas and all. I mean, our what to say, cluster members or scanners are placed in the data centers and all such sort of a thing. Yeah, I am aware.
So there is a difference between cloud and on-premise, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you aware of that point, right? What is
yeah.
on-premise environment and what is the cloud environment? So ServiceNow item discovery, how it will work is it will help you to get the customer data, whether it's on-premises or the cloud environment. We will run a scan, we'll run a discovery to get the data what the customer have, like in their own environment. So it will be discovered through the ServiceNow discovery and it will populate on the database which we have in the ServiceNow. It's called CMDB.
Hmm.
So this is the item, one of the module what we have in the ServiceNow discovery is a visibility. Item, what we call it is a visibility. No, it will be
Okay.
visibility for the entire customer environment. Now we'll get all the data,
Hmm.
whether it's a database, servers, switches, routers, firewalls, every CI, every type of device what customer will have, we'll get those CIs to be created in the ServiceNow database through the ServiceNow discovery. So that's one of the ServiceNow item modules.
Is there anything that which item can't discover, like any? Uh,
Yes, yes, we do have, like we can discover every CIs. There is no limitation, but there are certain conditions. There are some limitations. For example, there are domain controllers.
hmm.
So there, like a customers, most of the customers won't give you an access because we need certain permission to get those CIs to be discovered. So in that scenario, say, for example, I'll give an example like a banking environment. So no, they won't give you complete access for certain type of devices. So in that scenario, what we do is the discovery won't work. So what we'll do is we'll create those CIs manually and we'll populate those in the CMDB
Okay.
domain controller. And there are, for example, the military clients. There are some access. We can't get from the US clients. So that
Hmm.
time discovery won't work because we need an access. If you want to get certain information, you need to go through with that device and you need to get that information. If you don't have an access and if you don't get credential and all, you can't discover those CIs. So in that scenario, yes, discovery won't work and we have to create them as a manually or as bulk import.
Okay.
So those are the scenarios like where discovery won't work. Like most of the clients won't give you an access for the domain controllers.
Hmm.
These are base things like they
Yeah,
won't,
yeah.
because ServiceNow discovery, it will hit based on the customer requirement. We will run the scheduled jobs. Our jobs will run every day or maybe weekly once. It will impact on the performance because we will run certain commands on that particular devices to get the information. It may increase the CPU utilization. It will impact on their own devices on the performance level. So because of that, certain devices we won't get an access. So we'll create them as a manually.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one the module what we do with the item discovery to get the customer environment, whatever they have into our service now CMDB. So coming
Okay.
to the next module, what we have is the event management. Okay, so what is event management? Event management is, we integrate the monitoring tools with the service now. So you know about the monitoring tools?
No.
Okay, so monitoring tool is a one of the application will customer will have their environment to monitor their environment. For example, there is a solar winds. It will help to monitor their environment. For example, if there is any port or switches are down on their environment, it will create an events and it will create a case on their own environment on the solar winds. It's one of the monitoring tool. So what we do is we integrate those kind of tools with the service now, and whatever the events which are creating on their environment will be send it out to the ServiceNow instance.
Okay.
Let me know if you don't understand, if you get confused, you know.
No, the last, I mean, can you just give me the last sentence again? Like
Last sentence means
event management, like the monitoring tools. On that, we place the event this thing, and that is integrated with ServiceNow, you're saying, and so with ITOM.
yes. For example, one second. So there is a monitoring tool. I will give you like a general example. There is a one infrastructure what we have. Okay, for clients. For example, yesterday we sign up with the AWS. Okay, you
Mm-mm.
need a monitoring tool to monitor your environment, right? If something
Yeah.
is goes down, for example, you are not available, your instances are having issues. So what monitoring tool will do is it will monitor entire your environment. If anything goes wrong, it will create an event, so it will create those events and it will send it out to the respective team to resolve those issues. So what we do is we integrate those monitoring tools with the ServiceNow.
Okay,
So
got it.
we'll get n number of events. For
Mm.
example, every second if something reboot is happened, we'll get it. For example, if one instance is goes down, there is a multiple events will get created because that instance will run multiple applications and some VPC are connected, some network devices are part of those instance, right? So
Okay,
it will
like an
create.
alert mail on, I mean, I'll tell you like what I've understood. Like event is nothing but alert. For suppose if AWS is the client, so
Yes.
whatsoever is there on, I mean, in the I mean, what to say, in AWS we'll be placing this event management thing, and that is integrated to ITOM. So whatsoever server or anything is
Mhm.
down on AWS, that update is given to ITOM.
Yes, because we integrate the particular
Yeah, yeah,
monitoring
due to the
tool. So
integration.
whatever the
Yeah.
events, yeah. So whatever the events or alerts which are creating on those monitoring tool will be sent out to the ServiceNow instance.
Okay.
Okay, so then what we do is we utilize our own ServiceNow instance, like a ServiceNow item module, event management, alert rules, event management rules, and all. Reduce the count. We don't need to create a case. You don't need to address every events. Okay, for example, if monitoring tool is creating 1,000 events, you don't need to attend every 1,000 events. You don't need to get a create case for 1,000 events, right? So it will reduce that count to the very less based on a certain condition, what we call ad correlation.
Okay.
So, and we redirect to that particular team who needs to take care of that. So, for example, if there is an issue with the ServiceNow instance, like, sorry, a virtual machine instance, it has to go to the cloud, like solution architect, he will take care of that. But there is something issue on the, like, for example, network side. So,
Mm.
like a Windows team, like a Windows engineer is not aware of what is network, what is routing, what is switch issue, what is port down. So, he's not aware of that knowledge. So, we will redirect certain cases to the respective team based on our like whatever the things what we configure in the service environment management.
Okay.
We'll go deeply. I am just giving you an overview of item modules what we have. Once we start individual modules, you will understand better way. So this is one of the second module what we have in item, and the third module is a service mapping. Service mapping, it is similar to the discovery. Okay, so discovery, what we do in the first discovery, what I mentioned earlier, is a horizontal discovery. What we do, like we run a scan on the customer environment horizontally. It means we discover only the hardware CIs. For example, hardware servers, network devices, switches, firewall, routers, printers, computers, whatever it is. We discover those hardware CIs in the hardware horizontal discovery. When it comes to the service mapping, for example, there is an MS SQL database which is running on that particular server.
Mm.
So the database itself is a different CI, right?
Yeah.
So it will create a relationship. See, for example, there is a data MS SQL's database is running on that particular server.
Mm.
So we discover that database as a different CI, and it hosts some certain applications. It's part of certain applications. So the top-down discovery, how it works is it will work on like services which are running on that particular server. For example, if my Windows server is running, let me show you.
Services.
So these are my services which are running on my application. Okay. So what we do is we discover these information as well when we are running a horizontal discovery.
Hmm.
Okay, so there is an application which is running on this server, which is part of like a, for example, Facebook.com, you know.
Hmm.
So Facebook is running not only like a, it has some certain like a different type of devices, right? So it may
Hmm.
consist like a Windows server, Linux server, network devices like firewalls, switches, routers, and database, they have to store the data. So there are database which they are using. They maybe use MS SQL or Oracle, whatever. So what we do is we create a map based on the services which are part of this particular applications. So first thing is, for example, when you hit any URL, so it will go with a load balancer, right? So there is a distribution will happen. So from load balancer to it will go with the next, the application server. From application servers to the database server. Then it will go with the other things like whatever they have, like a middleware.
Uh, when we perform a scan, okay,
Mhm.
in the horizontal thing, so I will be discovering a server, right? So at
Yes.
that point, what all details do we grab? Like, don't we grab all this software instances and all?
Yes, we grab the CI's information, what are the services which are running on that device. I
Okay.
will show you some example.
When it comes to databases, you are saying we form a relationship, or
No, it will create a relationship, whenever we discover any database. So there has to be a relationship between the hosted machine and the database. See, these are one of like couple of two servers which I discovered through AWS environment. Okay.
okay.
So this is a horizontal discovery. Based
Hmm.
on that, we discovered these two type of devices.
Hmm.
So these are the information what we capturing
Okay.
based on our out of the box pattern.
Hmm.
When it comes to a running process, so these are the process which are running on that particular instance.
Okay.
So there is an application. If you open this, there is an application, Java application, which is running on that server because this is our mid server, which I installed on this server. So our ServiceNow mid server itself is a one application,
Okay.
Okay, so you can see that its port is listening on this particular port, and these are the commands, key parameter, well, it's distributed like this. So these are the running process, and whatever the application which is running on that particular server, you will get those information. So based on this data, we will run a top-down discovery and will create a map to connect the other dots. So this server is running for this, for example, this is an application which is running on this server. But I do have other server where it is database is running on that. So we'll
Okay.
connect those two servers and we'll create a map. You know what it will do? It will help the application monitoring team to identify if something goes wrong on that particular application. We will come to know because we already have a event management in place. So we are
Hmm.
integrating that and we'll getting a cases. If something goes wrong with that particular application, we already have a event management in place. And if any cases got creates, then it will tag to this particular CI. So once we case got tagged to this particular CI, you will highlight it over the map. So the people who are monitoring that particular application will immediately come to know that, like, yeah, I have an issue with, like, for example, database, or else
Hmm.
they have an issue with a load balancer, or maybe you have an issue with this particular application server. So they can easily identify where the issue is happening.
Okay.
So that's the advantage of service mapping with the ITOM module. It
Okay.
helps the application monitoring team to identify the issue by seeing the work like a map. So they
Okay.
like they don't need to go with the individual cases, events with a monitoring tool and all. So if they monitor that particular application, so easily they can find and they will get that case information, everything in the map itself. What is the alert they got generated for that particular issue? Every details they will get it.
Like it is something like you're providing it with some sort of a flow chart, like what to say, image like an architecture of this thing, so that this is so and so applications are connected to this. If you just check into this is a visual view sort of a thing, right?
1 second, I will show you that one. So this is one of the map, okay, sample map. So there is an application which is running off. So this is the endpoint URL, okay. So this is the URL for this particular application. Once you hit this URL through internet, it will open this application. So we'll use that entry point as an that URL as an entry point for our service mapping. Okay. See, for example, it is going through with the next thing is what is this device? Yeah, web listener. Okay, so once it connects to this web listener, then it will go with the application server. This is the application server where it got hosted this application. Okay, so this is one of the virtual, like a physical server. Now you can see this is the Linux server. You can see this is the server which is hosted this application. For example, if something is happened to this server, it will impact this whole application, right?
Yeah.
So that time what we'll do is, if any cases got creates, it will highlight here and it will give you the information of that particular cases.
Okay.
For example, 1 second, I will show you. So you can see different tabs, right? So once we put this application into the monitoring, what it will do, it will show you the alerts. For example, if any alerts got
Alerts is
created,
nothing but event management, right?
yes.
Okay.
So whenever because we already discovered all of the CIs,
Mm.
whatever you are seeing, we already discovered these CIs through our ServiceNow discovery module.
Mm.
And we do have a event management in place, which is creating a cases if any issues occurred on these particular devices.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we already have those two modules in place. And once
Mm.
we build the service mapping, if any issue occurred is this particular CI, so
Mm.
it will show here. So that time you will show the like it will show the there is an issue with this particular application.
Okay.
So that time you can easily identify. You don't need to go through with a single individual like where it got happened. You will get that alert information, what happened, or else if any change is up, like a plan change is happening for this particular CIs, you will get those information as well.
Okay.
So people can easily identify the issue on their application and they can easily work out and get resolved that as soon as possible. So that's the like a purpose of this mapping, service mapping in the ServiceNow item discovery. It will help the application monitoring team to resolve the issues with their application quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in a way, it is cautioning that with the application with which the server is connected to has got an error. So you just check out the application sort like that only, right?
Yeah, similar way. Yes.
I got it.
Okay. So these are the three modules which we are going to cover. Apart from this, we cover the CMDB database module as well. That one, like I will explain you once we complete the discovery module. Once we populate the data, you will understand that one bit more. So it will get.
Okay, we'll learn how the mapping is done also, right?
Yes, this is the how it works. We'll create this map. We can create like different types of mapping we can do.
Okay.
But
Like
for
host hosted on, runs on, that sort
those
of
are
thing.
the relationship. It will
Yeah.
create.
Okay.
Based
I
on
mean,
the
for what?
relationship
I mean,
data,
for
you
which
will build
one?
this map.
Sorry.
Based on the relationship between, like, for example, there is a host. For example, this is an application server.
Hmm.
Okay. And you can see there is an Apache server which is running on that hardware CI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see, right? So this is a Linux server which is running, and here you can see
Can
network
you zoom a bit?
resources.
Like,
Hello.
can you just zoom a bit? Like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there is an application server, like this is a Linux server which is running, and it is communicating with the, there has to be a certain devices in between which, you need communication, right? So we utilize the switches. So
Hmm.
there is other router. This is a switch, is connecting in between that, and there is a router, and this is another like a switches.
Hmm.
So this is a Windows server where like Apache servers and all which are running. Okay. So this is the dependency map. This is not a service mapping. This is a dependency map which will create based on the relationship which are created on the table.
Okay. I mean, just like how the relationships are created, like where to use this runs on, where to use host hosted on, like,
I told you, right? So it will collect the information which are running on this server. So,
mm-mm.
and it will create this service as an application server. Different tables are there. So, for
Okay.
example, there is an MS SQL server running on this particular server. It will create that MS SQL server as a different CIs in the MS SQL instance table.
Yeah,
So,
we have got application table in that. Yeah.
yeah. So it will create a relationship like runs on run between this MS SQL and the Windows server.
Okay.
So everything will be captured based on this running information on this server. So it will create a relationship. And also you can see the software installed on that particular server.
Hmm.
And it will
But
create a relationship, everything with this individual CI. See, for example, this is an Ethernet. Okay. So
hmm,
if I open here, this is a different table, network adapter. So it has a relationship with this
with
particular
this
server,
table,
right?
yeah, it is connecting like computer table is connected to network adapter. Like there is a relationship between those two tables in a way. That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
One second.
Is there anything that I mean, for what to say, is software applications to host, it is like runs on. So is there
Yes.
anything like that sort of a relationship which I have to learn? Is there any docs for that or anything?
Yeah, we do have like the ServiceNow product documentation is the best thing, what we have in a ServiceNow. You easily learn, you will understand easily.
Yeah.
We do have for the document. I will give you those documents and all. No worries.
Okay. Because that, I mean, if you're going through that topic, if I could go through the docs, then it would be easy, right? For you and even for me.
No worries. The today we are just I'm giving you overview of this particular item module. So once we go with the individual modules related to that particular module, I will keep on sharing the documents.
Okay. Got it. So when it comes to like normally in our tool, the one which I'm working on, the databases discovery happens with the different credential again. We have to get different sort of an access to that.
Yes,
So
that's what
this,
we call in ServiceNow is the applicative credential.
okay.
We use a Windows credential to discover this server. For example, this is a Linux server. Okay, so I
Mm-mm.
use the SSH credential to discover this server, but
Yeah.
I need a certain access to discover the application which is hosted on this server.
Uh,
So for that, we utilize the applicative credential. We do have an option to create that, and we'll use that credentials.
okay. I mean, how it is like a general credential which we create, or else it has got different options.
It is a different option actually.
Okay.
Okay, let me show you that one as well. How credentials option it will be. Okay, so these many credentials, we can create in the service now for discovery and for other purposes. So if you want a Windows credential, you utilize this one, VMware, SSH, and similar way, SNMP and web server. These many applications what we have like credentials. So what you said like compared to the database one, this is the credential which we use, applicative
Okay.
credentials. This will run based on like after discovering the particular hosted CI. You can see
Okay.
right the CI type. So different type of applications here we mentioned. For example, if you want to discover MS SQL,
Mm.
you will mention those type, what type of CI it is, what type of database it is. You will create that, you select that particular database instance and you will provide those credentials.
Okay. Okay.
So
As we dive in, we'll understand. Yeah. Got it.
yeah, but we can't do this thing of lab, because you need a per license version, and we can't get that. It's very hard. It's very huge amount to pay. So we can't do that, but this is how it works. It's a simple thing, you don't need to worry. If you are an ITOM discovery implementer, you don't need to worry about these things and all. You just need to request them. Yeah, I have a, like, you want me to discover your database, give me the credentials, they will provide. So in the item module, you need to understand, you need to have a knowledge of other modules, for example, networking and database. So it doesn't mean like you need to be a thorough in that. At least you need to understand the basic thing, like you can ask the questions what you need with the other
Mm.
teams.
Okay.
So if you have that much of knowledge, it's more than enough. You don't need to be a pro in that particular domain, like network, database, and Linux server and Windows server. At least you are aware of what is WMI command, what is the PowerShell, what are the commands you are running,
Hmm.
how the connectivity you are going to test between like your mid server and the destination server. At least
Yeah.
basic knowledge you should have. Okay, can you go that application navigator all?
Application manager.
No, not manager, navigator. Like click on all. Okay, search for discovery. Yeah. So some of the patterns got installed, discovery ones and all.
Yeah. Discovery patterns.
Yeah, discovery. Its application itself is installed, right? Like you can see the home page of discovery.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right. Can you go for the plugins again? Like I need to install one more plugin. Type service mapping. Now click on service mapping plus. Yeah, install it. Can you scroll it down? What it will ask? A bit more. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. Click on install. So what is mid server? Mid server is a Java application. We utilize to communicate between the customer environment
to the our ServiceNow instance. Whatever the data you are getting into your ServiceNow instance from the customer environment, it will be passed through the mid server through the ECC queue. I will explain you about that ECC queue and all. So mid server is a mediator between the customer environment and the ServiceNow.
Okay.
It's a Java application which is running on that mid server. Okay.
Okay.
So what you need to understand about the mid server is you need to understand the requirement. You know what are the mandatory things we need on the server hardware level. There are certain conditions it has to pass to install the mid server.
Okay.
For example, we do have like a uh, there's a set of memory. You know we need that much of, like, for example, 16 GB. So it's a hardware level. You don't need to worry about that part. The standard thing every customer will follow, like it's more than that. Okay.
Mm.
So once we start installing that mid server application, so you will understand that one. What are the changes we are doing on, like, increasing the thread level and providing the JVM memory increasing on the application level, not on the hardware memory, on the application level. Okay, so where you install that mid server, you know? So for example, customer have their own environment. There is an on-premises and a cloud. Okay, so you need two different mid servers. On premises you can't communicate between on-premise and the cloud, right?
Yeah.
So you need two different mid servers. For example, if you are setting up the cloud discovery, there are
Mm.
customers where they don't want to run a host level discovery. Means there is an on-premise discovery.
Mm.
So they need their separate own mid servers on their environment. Then only we can able to communicate with their environment.
Okay.
So we'll get one different mid servers on the cloud environment, and the on-premise is a different one. Okay. So there we obviously will get a one mid server.
Like depending on the requirement, we can install multiple web servers, or it is like it is restricted to one or two like that.
No. See, for example, one hardware server can install depends on the customer environment. For example, customer have around 10,000 CIs.
Mm.
You cannot use single mid server. You need at least a cluster wise. So there may be a 3 to 4 mid server. You will install that environment and you will create a cluster. So you will utilize those cluster to discover those CIs.
Okay, like it would be a mid server cluster.
Yes, I will explain you. I will show you that later.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So that depends upon the requirement. For example, there is a customer, they have only small, like almost like a 500 to 1000 CIs. You don't need to install 4 mid servers. There is a one hardware server, there you can install 2 mid servers. Mid
Okay.
server, it means it's a service which is running on that particular hardware server. It's an application, Java application, which is running on that particular hardware server. So
Mm.
in that server, you can install multiple mid server services.
Okay.
Okay. So the second point is you need to understand the environment, like the network architecture, what the customer having. So you need to get an access to your mid server to that particular devices, the customer environment. Customer is installing, like for example, I will tell you the real scenario. There is a one environment, like for example, take it as an AWS. So there is a AWS environment. So the customer will give you one virtual machine. Okay. You
Mm.
can utilize that virtual machine to communicate to the entire AWS platform. So you can, like, discover all the resources which are part of that customer environment. So for that, what you need is you need an access to gather those information, right? Whatever exists in that environment
Okay.
completely.
Privileges and all, like
Sorry.
privileges sort of a thing in order to access all the devices
No,
and
no. Privilege is the second thing. It
okay,
will
okay.
comes under the credentials part.
Okay, okay.
Access is means like you're able to communicate, like you can talk to each other.
Okay.
So credential means privilege means you to, like, what information you need.
Yeah, yeah. To grab the info. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you
Yeah.
need that. So that is where we need the firewall access requirement, firewall request. There is a one request which you raise with a customer when you are working on the real environment. So where you will raise a firewall request to the customer, I need this access to my mid server to discover your environment.
Okay. Port
So mid
access.
server is your source
Hmm.
and customer environment is a destination.
Hmm.
So mid server will communicate with the customer environment, and it will get the data and it will populate it in the CMDB like a
CMDB.
service.
Okay. Firewall is nothing but for the port access and all, right?
Yes, exactly. So
To
that will you
yeah.
will work with the network team and firewall team to get the
Mm.
access.
Yeah.
So you need to make them understand. See, if you have a Windows server, so I need a port 135. I
Mm.
need 598.586 because WMI is the query which we are doing in the ServiceNow discovery. So
Mm.
I need these many ports to be open on the customer environment devices to get the information on that particular device.
Okay. Got it.
So this is how it works with the like getting the data from the customer environment. So here we do have an option to install it on the either Windows Server and Linux. But most of the scenario, we prefer the Windows one. Most of the customer, because Linux have some deep like bugs. There are certain things like for example, auto upgrade will not happen certain conditions. It will get fail. But we do have some bugs like service now it's working on that. But you get familiar with the Windows one because that's the most of like almost 90% of the customers are utilizing the Windows one where
Okay.
we install the mid server.
Should
So
I
you
download?
can you don't need to download it here because you are installing the mid server in the AWS environment.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, can you log into your AWS environment? So okay, before that,
Mm.
I will explain you what needs to be required in the ServiceNow instance level. You need one user should have an access to communicate right between mid server to your instance because you will get a firewall access from customer environment to get the information to your mid server. But how it is passing those information to your ServiceNow instance, you need to authorize, right? You need to get some credential from the ServiceNow itself.
Mm.
So for that, you need to create a one user in the ServiceNow instance for the mid server and provide a role mid server admin.
Okay. In order to communicate. Okay.
Create a user and provide a role with a mid server user.
Okay. Here I have to go for
Users, yeah, yeah, organization users, yes. Create any user and give an access like a mid server admin.
any random.
Yeah, give any name, whatever you find.
I don't know. ITOM is common, I guess. This one works. Huh?
Click on integration, internal integration user,
Internal.
checkpoint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Save it.
Save. Okay.
Now set the password. Generate. Copy. Yeah, copy. Save password. Okay. Copy that password somewhere in notepads or wherever. Okay.
I have to close this.
Yeah, you can close it. Okay. So now you need to log into your AWS account.
AWS.
Okay. Before that, you need to provide an access. Sorry, I forget that. Give a role. Scroll it down. Roles. Yeah. Edit. Mid server. Yeah, fine. Mid-server admin actually. Don't give space.
On
Yeah,
on
mid-server
it.
is fine. Okay, okay, no problem.
Save.
Save, yeah, save it. Yeah, please then log into your AWS account. Then we'll spin up one instance, Windows Server. Skip for now. Now click on the EC2 instance. EC2. Explore
EC.
one of these
Yeah.
commonly used. Yeah.
What is the EC2?
EC2 is a virtual machine instance, where you can, like, it's a hardware, like a what is server. It is like that in a
So
virtual machine.
in ServiceNow, like a PDI,
There is no PDI in service now.
like personal developer instance, like for such sort of a thing.
No, that
Pure.
is different. No, no, that is different. It's a purely like a, for example, what you are having your system, right? Laptop. What is it?
Mm,
It's a Windows server.
yeah.
Like a Windows operating system. It's similar way you will get one server, but it's
Okay.
virtual. Click on
That
instance.
instance, launch instance.
Oh yeah, okay, you can go there. Launch instance. Give any name.
Where here?
Yeah,
Can we give that same name like as a mid server?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, no problem. Okay, scroll it down. Select Windows. Scroll it down. Select on the free tier eligible. There's a drop down option. No, no, no. Scroll it up. Yeah, once again. No, you don't need 2025. Scroll it down. Scroll it up bit. Yeah. Select anything like 2019 or 22.
This one?
Anything is fine actually. Yeah. Select that one. Okay. So scroll it. Select the instance type. There's a drop down option. No. Scroll it down.
Okay, this one.
Select T3 medium. Yes. Always you have to remember. Once your work is done, you need to turn off this instance.
How that thing to be done and all you have to.
Yeah, yeah. I will tell you because you need to remember that. Create a new key pair.
Keep it. Okay.
Yeah. Give any name and create new key pair.
I'll go with the same name.
Yeah. Scroll it down. Hello. Yeah. Everything is fine. Scroll it down. Launch instance. Do one thing. Yeah, yeah, okay, no problem. Launch instance. Now, if you increase the storage, they will charge you actually.
So this is our what to say? Oh, virtual desktop in a way, right?
Yes. Click on that ID. So now you launch the instance. Can you click on that ID? Instance ID?
This one only, right?
Yeah, one side.
See this one. Okay.
Yep. Okay, click on the connect. Okay, scroll it down.
That's it.
Click on the RDP client. Okay, scroll it down. Click on the get password. Okay, so you downloaded that key pair, right? Uh,
Mm-mm.
yeah, open that one. Uh, like you can upload it also. Yeah,
Yeah,
upload this file.
I can.
Yeah, decrypt the password and save it. You can remember, you can utilize this. So this is your username, administrator, and this is the password. Okay, next time when you're logging in.
Yeah. This one is for the prior one, the password thing.
That is for your, you need to save that one as well. If you want, you can reset that one, but keep it with you because that is a mid server username. You need that password once you
Yeah.
start installing the mid server.
This is mid
Mid server
server,
user.
and this is AWS. I mean EC2 instance password.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of the user also. For this, it is administrator, right? Administrator. What's the user? Yeah, it's
Okay. Click on connect. So now you are able to connect to this server. Means you can able to log into this server.
connect. Where is connect?
Download remote desktop file. Yeah, keep.
Open.
Yeah. So now you need to provide username administrator and the password which you saved.
Yeah. Can I go for remember me, right?
Sorry.
I can go for this option, right? Remember
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, no problem. So this you now created a one server on the customer environment. You just feel like that. So it will be easy for you to understand. So
Okay.
this is where you install your mid server application, where you start configuring the Java application.
Okay.
So after this, we'll spin up other instances, Linux server, Windows servers, other two more instances, and we will discover those two servers into the ServiceNow discovery, like a ServiceNow instance through the
Okay.
discovery. So this is the project, like lab work, what we are going to do.
Okay. So
But
there's a
before that,
Windows.
we need to have a couple of theory sessions.
Okay.
So this is how we set up the lab and we discover the CIs. Now we discover this environment, like this particular server which you triggered right now. Let's spin up the instance, right? So we'll discover this one as well, and couple of other will spin up, and we'll discover Linux and other Windows servers as well.
Okay. There we have selected Windows and we have downloaded this remote desktop thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in AWS, so there will be opting for Linux and all you're saying, right?
Yeah, yeah. We'll
Oh,
do that. We'll do that as well.
yeah.
Linux.
Once we are done with this, then we'll go for that. Yeah.
No, that is once we set up this mid server and everything. Once we complete the discovery theory class, then
Oh,
we'll do that.
great. Oh, it's
That
like
is a lab work which we are going to do.
okay, okay.
You can minimize this desktop. You take an RDP for one of the servers. Yeah. So click on instance. There is a EC2 instance. Yeah, click on there. Okay, click on instance state.
Instance data.
State.
State.
Connect. Connect. There is a connect action and instance state,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I got it.
Okay, stop.
Stop.
Yeah. So every day, whatever the instance you are spinning up, you need to stop all of them. Otherwise, they will charge based on the timings. How many times you are running this instance. But it will be
Okay.
free until your free account is eligible. If it is past certain time, what they given for the free account, they will start charging you.
What is discovery in ServiceNow? It is similar to the other tools what we have, like getting the data into their own CMDB, like own database. So discovery is a tool, which helps you to get the information of the customer environment, customer IT infrastructure environment. Okay, ServiceNow Discovery is one of the advanced tool which helps you to get the more information of the particular devices which exist in the customer environment. It contains a lot of different type of devices: Windows Server, Linux Server. It comes like all IT assets what we have in the customer environment based on like that includes the application services. For example, if the server having individual there like a disk, hard disk, adapters, everything will be captured into discovery. So this is ServiceNow Discovery is the only source, like it's an advanced level monitoring, like a advanced level discovery tool what we have in the market, which captures the more information, attributes what we call, compared to the
Hmm.
other tools what we have in the market. So that's the reason ServiceNow item discovery is kind of an boom right now. Most of the customers are trying to get into this module.
Okay.
And so next, coming to the licensing and plugin part. Okay, so these are the plugins you need to install. So discovery and service mapping pattern. So this will give you the patterns which are required to capture the certain information in the exploration phase. Pattern design enhancement. This like ignore these things are for right now. And this is the basic level required for the item discovery, like for the entire item module. You already aware of that. We already installed it. And this is the
Hmm.
mid server part. If you don't have this plugin, you cannot install, or like you won't see that mid server application itself. And this is the core service mapping, where you can run the top down discovery. So
Hmm.
these are the plugins we required. Okay. And this is the discovery admin workspace. This is the one tool where it helps you to troubleshoot, for any discovery issues. It's like a workspace in the service now, which is given to us to find out any, like it will run on the discovery, like a ECCQ and discovery logs table, and it will capture every errors what we are getting in our schedules, and it will
Okay.
create their own task, and it will assign to the respective team. So it's like one way you can say, like you work on this admin workspace to resolve the discovery issues.
Okay.
So these are the plugins what we have. Okay, so
So
what
this
are the
tool is not any like it is not a agentless discovery tool, right? It is a
This is agentless discovery. We do have a agent-based discoveries as well. I will come to that part later. So
okay.
right now we are only concentrating on the agentless discovery. It means IP-based discovery. It's the host level discovery, what we call.
Hmm.
It's an agentless discovery. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what we are going to do, this like a IP level or host level discovery. What you feel like agentless discovery. So we first thing what we do, we need to install the plugin, like licensing. We need to require
Hmm.
this is the licensing we need to require, and we have to do that, and we done that.
And the next part is discovery setup. And what we required when we are starting, like initiating a discovery, we need the mid server, right? We already done that
Mm.
in the yesterday session, mid server
Yeah.
installation.
Mm.
So next thing is what we required to communicate, connect to the instance. We need the credentials. We need the server credentials and all. If you want to log into that server and to capture certain information, you need to authenticate. So we need to set up the credentials as well.
Okay.
Okay. So these are
Yeah.
the things we cover. Like this is the lab activity. What we are going to do. Configuring and adding the property, creating the schedules. So these are the things which we cover in the lab part.
Hmm.
So now coming back to the theory. Okay, so we do have a two different type of discovery in ServiceNow. One is a horizontal discovery which runs on the hardware CIs. You understand, right? Hardware CIs means like physical devices. It's like ESX server, your Windows, like hardware
Routers
CIs,
and all. Yeah.
switches. Yeah.
Hmm.
So discovery will try to run a certain probes and patterns to capture the information on the customer environment, like a specific devices. So
Hmm.
that's horizontal discovery. And coming back to the top-down discovery, it's a top-down discovery we used in the service mapping. It's not,
Hmm.
it's not a normal discovery. The first thing which runs is the horizontal discovery. On top of horizontal discovery, we run a top-down discovery. This one will be used in the service mapping. So top-down discovery will runs based on the application services which are running on that particular device.
Okay.
So I will explain you. The horizontal discovery will discovers your hardware CIs.
Hmm.
There are the services which are running on that. So then service mapping top down discovery will run on that particular services. It will try to capture the services which are running on that particular server, and it will connect to the next few devices. For example,
Okay,
there is,
like databases and all.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
So this is a top down discovery. We'll go deeply when we are doing the service mapping.
Yeah. So for horizontal, I mean, do we follow the same process for both sort of discovery, that is the horizontal and top down? Like
No,
four phases we have, no?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
There is a different. The horizontal discovery is the first thing which required. It's the first stage.
Hmm.
On top of that, you will run the top down discovery. If horizontal discovery doesn't work, your top down discovery also won't work. Top
Okay.
down
First, the
discovery
server
is,
has to be in place.
yes, exactly. And we
Okay.
need to capture the services like a running process on that particular device.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think as we get in deep, then we'll get the points. Or I mean, top down discovery and all.
yeah. Okay, so now coming to the what are the phases we have with the horizontal discovery. So
Hmm.
we do have like a four different phases: scanning phase, classification, horizontal, and exploration phase. In the scanning phase, what it will do, it will try to check which port is, like it will trigger a probes all the ports which are required for the discovery. So it will find out which port is open. Now based on that, it will go for the next phase. For example, I run a scan on 10.10.10.10 IP address, and
Hmm.
we triggered a probes for all the probes we triggered, like our not probes, ports which contains in our probes. Okay. So for example, Windows contains 135 and SNMP 161. We trigger all those ports, and we will see what is the response we are getting back. If port 135 is open, we will get response back that port is open. Otherwise, if it is not, then it will check for the another port. If it is SNMP, we'll get the response back which port is open. So the scanning phase will do that activity. So based on the port which is open, then the classification will classify that this is a Windows server because the port 135 is open. I am getting a response for the WMA query.
Hmm. So it
Okay.
is like we'll be getting bunch of IP addresses, and that IP address we directly scan.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So
And what if no port is open? Firewall.
port is no port is open means there is no pro, like there is no connectivities exist. No probes are open. No response. You will get
Hmm.
certain different type of
Then that is
response.
firewall issue or what?
No, no, like see, if you are not able to reach any port, it's
Hmm.
definitely a firewall issue.
Yeah.
But you need to also understand there are certain IP ranges when you run. There
Hmm.
is no CI exist.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
because you're not only running on single IP, you're running for the whole bunch of ranges.
Subnets and all. Yeah.
Yes. So if there is no CI, you won't get any response back, right? So that
Yeah.
time you cannot work on that error, right? Because there is no CI exist on that IP address.
Hmm.
So no result returned from the probe. You will get that error.
Okay.
But if you have any specifically certain CIs exist, still you are not able to communicate.
Hmm.
There you will get to know, like on the Shazam phase, like on the Shazam, you will see all the ports are refused. If you are trying to communicate with the 135, you will see the refused output on the discovery log.
Okay. It is stating that there is a server there, but you are not
Yes. What
accessible
it
to
will
that.
do, it is try to
Hmm.
the IP is alive,
Hmm.
IP is active, but I am
Hmm.
not getting any response.
Hmm. Okay.
It's blocking.
Okay.
Because if you see 135 in the shares office, you will see all those ports and the status is refused.
Okay.
So that time it's a firewall issue. Definitely you need to. So before you are setting up the discovery, you will log into the mid server. You will run a connectivity test from the Windows server as well.
Okay. Like
Based
telnet
after
and
that,
all.
you will see, for example, how you have to do.
Hmm.
I will explain you later. It will get confused you right now. You just need to understand basic things with the phases.
Okay.
Otherwise, if
Okay.
I go with that again, you will get confused.
Hmm.
I will get back to you when we are doing the lab. I will explain you those things. What are the things troubleshooting you need to do, and
Okay.
what are the connectivity tests you need to do before setting up the discovery for any requirement like customer is given to you. I will explain you those things later.
Hmm.
So you understand the classification phase, right? If you have any questions,
Scanning this. Yeah. Classification. Okay. Yeah. I got that.
okay. So based on the port which is open, we will run a classification phase, and it will
Hmm.
write the WMI query to classify this is as a Windows server.
Yeah. Okay.
So the next thing what we'll do, it will get the information, will classify that information as a Windows server.
Hmm.
Then when it comes to the identification phase, what it will do, so it will check the existing CMDB with the information what you get it from the classification phase.
Okay.
So
Like
what
in
it will do,
classification phase, what sort of data we grab? Like, for
it will
example.
trigger certain information, patterns, probes,
Okay.
to capture the information. It will classify as a WM Windows server, so it will query the WMI command. So identification, what it will do, it will check the existing CMDB whether that CI is exist or not. If it is
Already there. Okay.
yeah, already there, then it's going to update it. If it is not there, then it's going to create the new record. So for
Okay.
that, we do have a certain IRE rules, how it is
Hmm.
going to identify based on the serial number, name, and certain other things. Okay, so we'll
Hmm.
discuss that in depth in the CMDB class. So
Okay.
this is the identification. What it will do, it will check the existing CMDB whether the CI is exist or not. If it is exist, it will update the same one. Otherwise, it will create the new record.
Hmm.
Okay. So when it comes to the exploration phase, this is an additional information which is trying to capture through the pattern. It will trigger the pattern like for example, if it is a Windows server, it will trigger the Windows pattern, Linux pattern. Like based on the type of device, it will trigger the certain patterns to capture the more information on that particular device. For example, the applications which are running on that device and what are the services which are running on that particular device. It will
Hmm.
capture those information.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the four phases what we have in a discovery, on a horizontal discovery.
Hmm.
So this is how it works. This is a service now CMDB. This is a little bit like common architecture, how
Okay.
discovery was done, setup is done. So this is a service now CMDB. So this is the customer environment.
Hmm.
No, we place our mid server in the customer environment.
Hmm.
The customer, this mid server is placed in the customer environment, but we don't have an access to this, you know whatever the data, like a database or whatever the devices they have. So for
Hmm.
that we need a firewall access. It will go get to the firewall, if we and then it will connect to the devices. So this is the firewall access which you require.
Okay.
And even if it is a cloud, data center also, for cloud discovery also, you need to get an access, to this mid server to get an information.
Okay.
So that access means, there are you need to get an like a certain access like authentication, because the cloud discovery is not a IP based discovery, it's a API based. It's a REST
Okay.
API based discovery. It will work on the HTTPS. So from this mid server, it will come to the ServiceNow CMDB. And you can see certain ports which are mentioned, right? SSH, SNMP, PowerShell, WinRM, WMI. So these are the protocols. So these are the different type of device discovery what we have: network discovery, CI discovery, and cloud discovery. Cloud discovery is what I mentioned here. We run a discovery on the host like based on the API on the
Hmm.
different platform: AWS, Azure, GCP. Serverless discovery, it's like so there are four type of discovery we have, but serverless discovery, this is something I never used. We don't concentrate on this, but I have not have that much idea on this.
Okay.
I will get back to you, if you want to really know what it will do. But currently, we work on these three different type of discoveries. So yeah, discovery means it's a IP based discovery which we set up.
Hmm.
Okay. So next, coming to the IP service affinity. What is IP service affinity means? When you use the credentials for any certain type of IPs, it will create as a affinity in the credentials table. So it will okay, I don't want to explain you this one right now. Just try to understand these things. Type like what is discovery and what are the four phases of discovery. So this is the discovery schedule table. So this is where you create any new discovery schedules. Okay. So here
Okay.
you can give any name.
Hmm.
Here you need to select the mid server, which you installed, which is configured yesterday. Either there are three different options you have: max runtime, run time. Max runtime is how much time it can run. If for example, if you have like a millions of sorry millions, for if you're running on a 17 or 18 subnet range, or else if it's a 20 subnet range, it will contains like almost 8K IP addresses.
Yeah.
Certain sometimes ECC queue get filled out and it will get a timeout error, and it will take sometimes it will take almost 12 hours
Hmm.
due to some like timeout errors and all. So
Hmm.
that time you can set the certain time. For example, you can set only 3 hours to run this discovery. No, after reaching this max runtime, discovery will automatically get cancelled out.
Okay. Then the rest of the IPs which are still in the scan won't get scanned.
Yes, the discovery will get failed. But
Okay.
you should keep these timings, because if you doesn't mention anything, because discovery should work within a 3 hours. It should not take more than like not even 1 hour. It should complete within a 1 hour. If it is
Okay.
having like more than 16K or 20K or IP address, then yeah, we can agree like it will take 2 hours. But it should complete within that time range only. If it is not completing, then definitely it has some issues. So for that
Okay.
only, we'll set up certain, because if you are keep on running this schedules on the customer environment, it will be put some load on that environment as well, right? So customer will also get notified if it is too much load on that particular devices. If you are keep on trying and keep on running the commands on that device.
Okay.
So certain, because of that, we kept certain time period to run max time. And the run type, when you want to run this schedule, daily, weekly, monthly, periodically, so based on your requirement, you can set up, choose here. Now if you just want to do testing and all, always keeps as a on demand. So whenever you want, you can come and run a discovery. And the time is when you want to run this. If you create daily, and the what time it has to run, you can set that time, because most of the time, customer will give you this time slot, because they don't want us to run any discovery on the business hours.
Hmm.
So we need to run the scans only after business hour.
Okay.
And Shejam batch size is 1,000. How much, on the single scan,
Can.
what how much you can scan.
Okay.
The batch size, what you are mentioning, it varies based on your IP range, subnet range. If it is like a 24, 25, 20, up to 23, you can keep like batch size is 1,000 only. If you are having huge amount, then you can increase according to like 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah. So
So is
yeah,
there anything like batch size only? This is the maximum you can cross this, or it?
yeah, like whenever when you are getting a timeout error, so that a certain time you need to increase this value, Shajam batch size,
Hmm.
because this is a high IP which scans on the one single go.
Okay.
What's your batch size on the scanning phase?
Hmm.
This
Shazam comes in scanning phase only, right? Yeah.
yeah. And use the SMP version, we always keep this as a all, or else you can use like V1, V2C, it's almost over, we don't have. So V3 is one, but we don't specifically mention, we keep always all. We don't
Okay.
like sometimes if you're using specifically for a certain SNMP version V3 only, then you can select this option.
Okay.
But you can keep all, that's a best practice you can do. It's really a certain, in a certain scenario, you can use this V3 if you're only
O-
scanning SNMP like a V3 SNMP devices.
Okay.
Okay, and I forget to update you this one, configuration management.
Hmm.
This what we discussed, right? IP address,
It's a CA
network.
based discovery. First
Yes.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
IP addresses means.
IP addresses means like it's the same thing. IP
Okay.
address, networks, everything is same. The
Okay.
cloud's resources is a different one, where
API one.
the API one. This is the
Oh,
platform level discovery. And serverless, I will get back to you. And this service is like when you create a schedules for the service mapping.
okay. Top down discovery.
Yes.
Okay. What about the ad hoc click?
Sorry.
We have two sorts, no, in discovery. One is scheduled and one can be done ad hoc, like immediate discovery.
That is a quick discovery. We can
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, okay. Where, okay.
Yeah, I
This
will show you that one.
hmm.
Here.
Related topics is there in the back end. I don't know whether that will work.
Sorry.
No, in that discovery schedule itself, down we can see related topics like quick.
Yeah, yeah, I will cover that one. So this is a quick scan. You will get a button. Yeah, button here. You can click here.
Oh, okay, here. Okay.
You can specify the single IP address and you can choose the mid server
Hmm.
and you can run a scan. I will show you one quick discovery scan. Before that, I want you to get used to this Windows, and also, whenever you're opening your service developer instance, you can see these things and all. And like these are the discovery, what you see: discovery IP ranges, discovery range, auto discovery subnets, discovery status. Discovery status, what you will see is what is like a discovery schedules. If it is runs based on the schedule, it will create a one ID for that particular scan. So you will see that particular discovery ID over here. global IP execution. For example, there are certain IP addresses which you need to exclude it from the scan. You can mention those IP addresses here, so it won't scan that particular IP addresses.
Okay. For that also a schedule is there, or also it is a permanent exclude.
It's a hardcode thing. You are putting that IP address out of the scope.
Okay.
So these IPs won't scan for any of the schedules if you put this here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So how to set the IP ranges? I will show you. Just try to understand the overview, because I don't want you to show like a IP subnet range and all now,
Hmm.
because you will get confused. But yeah, let me show this one. Or else, do I have any status? Not sure whether I do have a data. So I mentioned you right that whenever this schedule runs, it will create a
Mm-mm.
discovery ID and it will populate on this related list discovery status. So this is
Yeah.
an ID where you will see this, and if you open that record, you will see this information: the discovery logs and what devices which are discovered, and the ECCQ log. But here you are not seeing anything because this is a hold record. The ECCQ record won't like it will be cleared out after 15 days. So this is one of the sample CI discovery logs. You know,
Okay.
Let me explain you the phases.
Okay. No, it is stating no like now identifying, now active, now classifying and all.
Yes. In the Sejong phase, you will see the initial phase. What are the ports which are open and all. But
Hmm.
if we could have get the ECCQ, then I could explain you. Give me a second. You can vary that property. If you want to keep the records for 13 days also, you can do that, but it will impact severely on the performance. The table size will keep on increasing. So I will run a one quick scan and we'll see the each phases how it will.
How the data is received.
It will be in the JSON format.
No, no, no. I'm like this ECCQ. This thing is there, no? Like for the IP to get scanned, I think it would be initially placed in the ECCQ, and that request is sent to mid server.
Yeah, that's what I will show you that one. I'm going to explain you that one only. No, so we run a quick scan. You know what it will do in the first phase. What it is trying to do, it is initiated a scan, and here you can see it triggered a share jump phase. What it will do, it will trigger like multiple ports. Here you can see, right?
Which port is open and all? Yeah.
Yes. So this is the response, like the input which is given.
Okay. You're saying this is JSON format, huh?
Yeah. No, this will be in the XML format.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
You know, this is given like certain IP like ports to scan. So now we got an output. You can see what are the ports are open in the discovery log. Still it is in the second phase, like a it is processing the output response which is get back from the sharedown phase. Now you can see, right, all the ports which are, you can see SSH, WMI, then
Mm.
SNMP, WinRM, and VMAP. VMAP is a port which we use for the VMware discovery. Okay, so you can see like bunch of ports which required. You know, it will trigger those information in the search on phase. So coming back
Okay.
to the scan, got failed because this is not reachable.
Mm-hmm. No response. Okay.
Because so I am not able to reach this server through our MyMeet server. So if you can see the output, the error what you are seeing. So this is the one of the like error what you will get whenever you are not able to reach that particular device.
Mhm. So it is saying the IP is live.
Yes, IP is live, but it is. Oh no, I think IP is not live actually. This is a public IP address. We are
Mm.
not able to communicate because
Okay.
this IP will keep on change in the AWS environment. So we have to use a new IP address.
Okay.
So that's the reason it is this port is not reachable. This the our IP address is not able to reachable from our mid server. So that's
Okay.
the reason it got failed on the
In the
initial.
scanning phase only. Yeah.
So now now I will use this IP address.
Mm.
Let's see what is the response we are going to get. So now I'm able to reach that, you know, discovery started active, now classifying, because I'm able to communicate to that like for this particular IP address. And here you can see what which type of port is open. SSH port 22, protocol SSH TCP result is open because that's a Linux server. It tried to communicate through 135 because it's
I
refused. That's
refused.
not a
Okay.
Windows server. And 5986 is a WMI port, which is also
Timed out.
because it's not open.
Okay.
So based on this, it what it will do, it will classify on the next phase. What type
Under
of,
Linux class.
yes.
Okay.
So now you can see classified. It triggered the Unix classification.
Hmm. Multi problems.
I will show you. This is the probe which is triggered. The Linux Unix classification. That is a predefined probes which we have. You know, I will show you on that one as well. Response to multi-probe means it will what the response you got it for that classification. You know, for Unix you do have multiple classification, right? Unix and for example, there are some network devices which contains the Linux voice operating system, you know, Unix classification.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So now it will, it classified as a Unix server, then it will go for the next phase as a identification phase.
Okay.
So in the identification phase, what it will do, it will trigger the pattern, you know, to get the information of that particular device, like a Linux server.
Okay. Like software instances,
Yes.
hardware details. Okay.
In the device list here, you can see the classification probe which got triggered as a unique classifier,
Hmm.
and class is Linux server.
Hmm.
It's classified. Now it is doing is it's trying to identify it. In the
Hmm.
identification phase, what it triggered some patterns of Linux server. It will get the serial number, name, and certain information of that device. And
Hmm.
based on that data, it will check on the CMDB.
Okay.
So it will identify it, and it will, if it required, it will update or it will create a new record.
I mean, all this happens at the back end.
Yes, everything is happened in the backend. And this is the classification probe, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is the out of the box one, like a predefined one, which works in the backend. So I told you, right, the multi probe, you know, different type. For example, even like a file load balancer also contain the operating system, like the
Hmm.
Linux
Hmm.
system. So that's the reason it got a response to the multi probe.
Okay.
So now discovery got completed. It updated the existing CI. It didn't create any new record, you know,
Okay.
because the CI was previously discovered.
Ah, yeah. So the record is already there.
Yeah. So you can see, right, like after classifying and after discover like classification phase, it triggered. Let me arrange it in the order. Yeah. So
First Shazam scanning, next classification, next
Shazam,
identification.
Shazam and scanning both are same. Then
Hmm.
the next it will go based on the output what we are getting through this Shazam phase. It will create classify. It will trigger the classification. It will trigger the pros which required. If it is a WMI, then it could have triggered WMI classification. So
Hmm.
it's 22. It's triggered the unit classification pattern like probes. So then
After classifying, and it is a definitely, because this is a Linux server and we are putting this into the Linux class. So after classification, it will go for the identification, like where it will trigger some patterns to get the serial number and certain information of that device. Based on
Mm.
that, it will go for the next phase as a identification phase, like a exploration phase. In the exploration phase, again it triggered the Linux server pattern, right? So here you will try to capture this more information of that particular device. Here you can see pattern launcher, Unix cluster, it triggered Veritas, some other applications,
Mm.
application dependency map application and Docker. Because this Windows, this Linux server hosted certain application. I have an application which is hosted some application for testing uh, on the Docker, so you can see this trigger that pattern.
Okay.
Pattern. So whatever the information it is capturing on that particular device, based on that it will trigger some other patterns. If it is having any database, if it is hosted any Oracle database, then you could have seen the Oracle pattern as well.
Okay.
That thing will happen on the exploration phase.
Okay. Got it.
Okay,
So,
so
like, you mean the database is or service in, I mean, software instances and all that happens in exploration.
yes.
Okay.
So this is the record which we created, like updated. So this is the name, like because we didn't specify any name and all, so that's the reason the default one what you are saying here, and the serial number of that device. Okay,
Mm.
and the host name. What are the information what you are getting here? You can see the RAM, manufacturer, type, CPU, count, core count, and you can see the checkpoint. Is it a virtual? Yes, because this is a virtual machine instance, not any hardware physical device.
Okay. Yeah.
And here you can see the adapters, network adapters, what are attached to that particular VM, and the file system, the device, like hard disk, and the software installed on that particular application.
Okay.
If you could have installed any mid server, you will see that mid server information as well.
Mm.
So these many, like applications, like a basic software which are running on that server. And coming to the running process, how it come to know this Docker is running on that. When it try to capture the running process, it will check this PID value. Based on this information, it will trigger some other patterns which required. Similar way, if it is a Oracle any database, you will see that running process here and the port number of that particular database where it is listening and all. So based on that, it will trigger some other patterns in the exploration phase.
Okay. So it will try out all possible ways.
Yes, but it has to get something information over here to
Mm-mm.
for further next step. Okay, so this is how it will work on the initial, like the phases of discovery.
Okay. For this, there is anything like credential we use?
Yes, that is
Okay.
definitely we need.
Okay.
That's when we need that in the classification phase itself, the credential. I told you, right? You need to authenticate something on the, like for example, you cannot log into that server, like without login you cannot run anything on that any device,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You need the credentials. Okay, I will show you that. When you are troubleshooting, you here itself you can see which credential you are utilized.
Oh, okay. So the user which we are using in a way.
No, you here you can see right the credential ID. So it will update the credential ID which is utilized from the credential table. Yeah.
Okay.
So I created one. Yeah. So this is the credential what we used. This is the IP address we run a scan, and this is the credential which we used to discover that particular device.
Mm.
Yeah, you can see right, it's validated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once discovery use this credential and it discovers any CIs, what it will do, it will create a record in this credential under this affinity. So the next time, what it will do when we scan this IP address, it won't search for any new record, new credential. It won't check out for all the credential which exist in the ServiceNow credential table, because we may have like multiple credentials, right, for different type of devices
Mm-mm.
things. So it will reduce the time, running time of discovery. So it will directly go to this record and it will try to validate it based on the affinity which is attached here. So if we
Okay.
don't have anything attached here, so then it will go for the another credential. So right, how it works in the service now. If it search in the credential, there are multiple Linux credentials are there. It will search
Mm.
for the first thing based on the order. If it doesn't work, it will go for the second. If that one also not work, it will go for like up to end how many credentials you have. It will try to test it on all the credentials.
Okay.
So if it doesn't work, then it will throw another credential issue. But if you tag the affinity, so then it won't go for the second record. Also, it won't search for anything. It will directly go to the credentials where you tag this affinity based on the credential ID.
Okay. What if we tag the affinity, but later on the credential is not in place, like maybe password issue or somewhat?
Yeah, then it will first the priority will get changed. If you attach the affinity, first thing it will try the this credential.
Mm.
If this one is doesn't work, then it will go for the next thing.
Okay. Okay.
Next
In
credential.
spite of affinity. Okay.
Yes. And also here you can specify the mid servers. This is also a standard practice. We need to follow. Instead of selecting all mid server, you need to select only the mid server which is required for this Linux discovery setup. Otherwise, what it will happen is other mid servers also try to utilize this credential, and if it doesn't work, then this account will get locked out. If you try multiple times with a wrong source, which
Mm-mm.
we don't have an access because we requested a firewall access for this server only. But you may have a different mid server. If those mid server try to log into this device, what will happen? It will getting logged out because of unauthorized trying to get access to the unauthorized source.
Okay. The one which is already in place is also gonna be of no use.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. So yeah, any questions on these scanning these phases of discovery?
Actually, I want to see the architecture, like with all the faces. Is there anything of such sort?
Uh, Architecture means you need a virtual like a diagram.
Yeah, like a data being received, placing here, going through all the phases, sort.
This is how it works. Now I will explain.
Okay.
That's the reason I run a scan and I explain you. This is how it
Okay.
works.
I didn't save the changes. So it is VM creation only, right?
Yeah, yeah, virtual machine.
That is okay. This resource group is nothing but a management group sort of a thing.
No, you need to create a one. I will explain you this later.
Okay, it comes under same life cycle permissions and policies.
Yeah.
Okay, whatsoever come under this category will fall under this resource group.
Yes. The one which we are in the AWS, there is a group, right?
you're creating one group or you're tagging the same security group.
Ah,
It's similar to that.
region is US only.
Uh, Whichever the free one, select that one.
The drop down is not coming.
Select Azure selected zone.
Ah, why this is hanging? 1 minute. I have to get back, I guess. Here, US, Europe, West. There is nothing like a free here, like anything we can choose, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, fine. Go ahead next. Zone.
One zone only.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can to go for Windows.
Uh, Go for Windows because you need to install the mid server, right?
Yeah. So I'll go for Windows Server 22. This one.
Anything is fine. You need to, anything is fine, but later you need to choose the memory, right? So, yeah, here you need to choose. Uh,
Hmm.
like, is it free tier is not like labeled? Like, how
But
many credits they given to you?
16,000 or something. Wait, I'll tell you. 16,700.
Okay, yeah.
So this one is fine, right? It is by default.
That one is fine. 1 GB memory. Okay, this is fine. What is the storage value? Just pull it up.
I have to go for admin. It is saying inbound RDP. I mean, where is this CPU then? This is the disk size.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Is it fine, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, oh no, no, not required. 127 GB.
First, I didn't you add a user account here. Again, okay, for mid-server installation, I think we have to mention this or what?
Yes, you need to create an account.
Cannot contain. Public inbound allow selected ports or none.
No, allow selected ports. RDP is fine.
Okay,
Do one thing, select the SSH as well.
okay.
Yeah, next.
Next is was 127 GB.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
127. Scroll it down. Select the OS disk size. Mm. Okay, 128 is fine. We'll see if it is getting any error. We can increase it.
Okay. This is fine. OS disk type.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Okay. Think access. All this is needed or directly we can go.
Just verify it and go. You need to understand, right?
Yeah. Net.
Yeah, fine. Okay, okay. Choose an option. Scroll it up. Delete the public IPs when VM is got deleted. Otherwise, again, they will charge you for assigning one IP address for you. Not yet. Scroll down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
So whatever the subnets they given to you, right, dedicated
Hmm.
ones, so it will be
This
get
one.
deleted
Okay.
once your VM is got deleted. Otherwise, if you don't select this, that one will be still assigned to you, and they will charge for that.
No, okay. Enable accelerated networking.
Not required. Not required.
Load balancing option none.
Not required.
Load balancing concept comes in clustering, right?
Yeah. There also they are asking for you to give a call like a balancing, load balancing. Means again clustering only.
Okay. Enable basic plan for free. This will apply to every VM of the selected subscription. Should I check any of this?
Not required. Just go create review and create.
Even for this also it is the same. Huh? Like if the instance is on, they're gonna charge.
You can see the rate, right? The charges. 1 rupees 160 paise per hour they charge you.
I'm getting this.
Click on like scroll it down.
I couldn't. Ah, yeah. Create.
Preview it once. Yeah, yeah,
Retry.
create it just a default, right? No need to go through with that. Create, just click on create.
Fine. Yes. I think this happens in the backend. So should I just go with the snow instance and all?
Yes, we left with the AWS Linux discovery as well, right? We need to cover that one.
Yeah. So
And there is another topic like discovery behaviors we need to cover.
yeah.
Okay, so can you open your ServiceNow developer instance? The issue what we're getting here is, we are trying to utilize the local SSH credentials. The problem with this is like AWS platform itself will not have, authorized to use the local accounts because, it has some security issues. That's the reason they generated the RSA private key.
Okay.
So if it is a on-premises, the difference between on-premises and cloud platform.
Huh.
Yeah, if it is on-premises, then we could have, like validated that credential, same thing what we created. But this is the cloud platform, right? So we need to use the encrypted password only. So we do have an option in ServiceNow to create these credentials. Go to the credentials table, create new. Yeah, scroll it down. There is a SSH private key credentials.
Hmm. Last time we went for SSH credentials, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is again specific.
Yeah. Username Ubuntu. Give the password what we created. Uh, Password is also not required actually. Uh, Give the private, open your key which you generated for Ubuntu.
Okay, the one which we downloaded that day.
Yes.
I think on this
Mm, no, no, not that one. The private key, PM file. What you're using for service, like a Linux instance. Go to the instance, there you can see. Okay, scroll it down.
is Linux on, right? Yeah.
Click on the security. Scroll it up. This is the rules. Where you can see this one. Click on action, instance settings. Just check whether you're able to see the private key.
No. After connect, we have got anything here? Session manager. Let's go.
Yeah, here it is. Now SN ITOM PM.
Uh,
Where is that file?
I can copy. I can only copy a command.
No, no, it is there in downloads. You downloaded this one.
It's an item PM.
Yeah. Go to the
Here.
download history. Yeah, open this one with Notepad. Copy everything.
Here.
Private key. Save it. Try to authenticate now. Validate the credentials with the Ubuntu IP address. No, here only. Test credentials.
Right. Same. Should I go for private or public?
Go with the private IP address. Yeah, 159 only. It was there previously. Yeah. Mid server is up.
Mid server is not up. Yeah, I have to up that.
Okay. So meanwhile, can you go to the discovery schedules? I will explain you the behavior what we need to use.
One second.
This will helps you whenever you are setting up a discovery for like a VMware or else, any specific type of database devices. Not database, yeah, most probably the VMware. Click on new.
Actually, for this, we don't have any sort of item like this item thing is there, no, in ServiceNow. So for that upgrade and all is taken. I mean, who is gonna take care of all this?
And the platform level upgrade,
Huh?
this entire service now upgrade. It,
Not entire ServiceNow. Particular item tool upgrade, we are not gonna do, right? Like,
yeah, we are going to do it. Whenever you need to update any plugins, we have to do it. But the platform upgrade will taken care by the core team.
okay. Then item upgrade, how to do that?
It is just as simple as that. You install the plugin, right? If it is newly available version is there, then there is an option in the plugins, update to the latest version. There is an option to select that latest version. I will show you that later.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, you don't create anything. We'll create it later. Select the discover items. Here you can choose like anything, but here we keep it configuration item only. Select the mid server selection method. Set downside. No. Specific, no, not there. Specific mid server. Drop down is there now.
Wait,
Specific
wait, wait. Yeah,
server.
yeah, yeah.
Use behavior.
Mm.
Okay. Search option.
What is behavior?
Yeah. Open this table. Discovery behavior list.
Dot list. Okay.
Mm, Do list dot do.
List dot do or dot list?
List dot do. Dot do. Okay, so click on new year. So we need to create a behaviors. So what is the behavior means? We are restricting our scanning phase. So, you look at the, like when you're running a quick discovery, you can see all the ports are triggering to initiate like a search it for scanning the particular IP address, right? So here we are restricting to the specific ports, which protocol needs to be initiate.
Okay.
So that time what will happen is your discovery will get a response quickly. Now it will search only for the specific port. It won't search it for another ports. Like if you're mentioning, see for example, right now we enabled one server which both the ports we enabled 22 and 135. So
Yeah.
if we put it 135 in the behaviors, even though if it is port 22 is open, it won't search it. It won't scan it. It will only scan for the 135 port.
Okay.
So this is the restriction we are putting in the initial Shazam or scanning phase. So this will help you to, because for example, in the VMware, most of the scenario, we use this behavior in the VMware scanning. Because VMware ports we are going to utilize is the VMAP ports, right?
Yeah.
VMAP ports we are going to utilize, and there are like a HTTP ports also opened in that device. There are a number of ports will be open on that device. So we don't need to be scanned, and we don't want every, like if port is open, then again, obviously the classification will trigger, right? So it will initiate the SSH classification, WMI classification, HTTP classification, and everything. So instead of that, we need to use only VMAP behavior in that scenario. So what it will happen, it will directly trigger the VMware classification.
Okay.
Give any name, yeah.
Give any?
Name.
Mm. Mm. Submit or save?
Say. Okay. Click on the discovery functionality. New. Okay. Phase. Which phase we are going to utilize? One.
Uh,
One.
Shazam face.
No. It has to be numeric value. One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Discovery functionality. Scroll it down. So which one you want to use? Select WMI
Mm.
and WinRM. WinRM, WMI is fine.
Okay. Okay.
Select commit server.
What if that port is not open?
It won't, it will, discovery will fail.
Okay, then again, how can we just try it out with another port then? Like
Why you are
once.
going to try out other ports? You know that, you know already this is a Windows server. Why you need other ports?
I mean, okay. You already told me, no, that if the servers are not discovering through Windows or Linux or anything, we can't go for SNMP.
Yes, you know, those individual specific type of device only work on the protocol which is defined. You cannot use the other ports to scan if doesn't work.
Hmm. Got
Match
it.
criteria, any is fine. Save. Okay. This is fine. Go to the new record, the discovery which you are creating, right? Schedule.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Choose this behavior which you created just now. Give any name. Save. In the quick range, add your bit server IP address. In the related links, you can see the quick range. In the related links,
Related links. Wait. Where is it? Ah, yeah.
add a mid server IP address here.
So our IP address. I have to go to mid server this thing only, right? Wait.
Yeah, here it is, the private IPv4 address. Yeah, make ranges.
Not getting selected. Hmm.
Click on make ranges. It will,
I am doing that, but it is not selecting.
no, remove the space before 172. No, starting.
The option is not getting selected.
No, it will take some time. 1 second. Just double click on that and wait for 2 seconds.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Double click on that and it will take. Yeah, you can see, right? Wait. Don't do anything. Your instance is very slow, I think, today.
Hmm.
Okay, can you go to the Linux tab now? The previous one? Yeah. Click on authentication.
Failed.
Okay. Why? Is that username correct? 1, 2.
I don't think the username is Ubuntu. Let me check. Mm-mm.
Ubuntu only, right?
It with the caps also there is a difference.
Copy that, you know, go to the instance.
Hmm. Stems.
No. Go back. Second tab. Yeah. Select the Linux instance here. Not this is the mid one. Yeah. Select that one. Click connect. Okay, 1 second. Okay, click on EC to connect. Username 1, 2. Copy this one. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, with the caps also there would be a difference for what I'm asking.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, copy that and paste it and retry it. If it is not again failed, not try with the public IP address.
Here we have got some SSH key. This thing will be there. Credential valid. So with the name also, I think.
Is it case sensitive?
Yeah, case sensitive it is.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes, because now it is validated.
Okay. Yeah, you can run a quick scan on this. But meanwhile, you can do it later.
Hmm.
You can do it and you can observe the phases. Here you can initiate a scan. Here you can see, right? The Shazam phase triggered only WMI port.
Hmm.
This is one of the advantage what we have to restrict the Shazam phase.
So we have to create like behavior for each and every port like that then?
It's not port, protocol.
Protocol, yeah.
Yes. No, it depends. See, for example, customer given you a list of IP address and he said, yeah, this IP range contains this many Windows servers only. We don't have any other type of device. So then there is no point of scanning every ports, right? You can use your behavior to restrict only the WMI or WinRM.
Okay,
Then your discovery performance also improve.
okay, got it. We
You
can
need
give
to
two
explore the
different
feature.
behaviors for same set of IP address.
Sorry?
We can give two behaviors for one set of IP ranges.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can scan n number of IPs with a different type of behaviors.
Okay, okay.
So that time it will scan the WMA port here. If you give
Hmm.
another behavior, it will scan that particular port for that IP.
Okay.
So this is a like a
Okay, it went for WMI only.
yeah. We always, if for small organization, if you know the handy with the data and we get a confirmation, always use the behavior when you are implementing a discovery.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So now go to the Linux one and you can run a discovery on that, quick discovery.
Hmm. Okay. Have to go for- Now see the difference. It is
Yeah.
going searching for all the ports.
Completed discovery.
Yeah, it is saying all the commands failed to execute.
And that's a different probe which is triggered. You don't need to worry about that.
Okay. Okay, I can see all the log entries here.
No, it won't give you any logs. That one. Go to the discovery. That logs. Yeah. Click on the pattern which is triggered.
So I clicked. It was saying In discovery only, no, the issue.
Command failed. This is the command failed. No, actually, that command is not executing.
Hmm. Did no, this NMCLI 521, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
But it so yeah.
click on the device and open that CI. Mhm. Yeah, this is fine.
It couldn't classify, but we could still get the data, right?
No, it's classified, right? If doesn't classify, you won't discover, you won't complete.
Here it was saying couldn't classify, no, right? Active couldn't classify now
That's what
for.
I said. Like, if you see the source, that is not the Unix classifier. That is an interactive probe shell.
Okay, okay. Huh.
This is not the Linux classifier. In the top, you can see the Unix classifier, right?
Mm-mm.
It is classified.
Okay, got it.
You can ignore this interactive. This credential will not help you to, like it's not an interactive. Like we are not logging into that server, right? So it is trying that kind of validation. So Unix, that is our probe, Unix classifier.
Okay. Updates or
Yeah.
please search for item.
No, no, no. Scroll it down. Select any one of the plugin here. Click on anything. See, the latest installed version is 2.1. The latest version they release is a 2.2.
Hmm.
So you will get an option like this to install it.
Okay.
For any plugins, it's not related to the item. It's for all the modules, which includes ITSM, whatever the modules we have in ServiceNow. This is an option you will need to upgrade it.
Okay. What if it is not okay? Fine. During an upgrade, we won't get any sort of an issue. Like the upgrade happens in the backend, or
Yeah, it will happen in the backend.
okay.
No, you won't get any issues.
Okay. And what about this? Yeah, one more doubt I have got. Like while doing the discovery, when we perform the discovery, like the logs are only present for 15 days, I guess, right?
Yes.
So after 15 days, if we want to go for the same, I mean the old logs, then how?
No, there is no option. Because if you want logs, if you are getting an issue with the discovery, run a quick discovery again, you will get the fresh logs, right?
Okay.
And you have schedules which are running on daily basis or weekly basis or after 2 days, alternative days. So you don't need like holder logs, because discovery is a thing which is happening on daily basis or weekly basis. So that's more than enough to get a fresh logs, right? So why you need the whole logs? There is no point of keeping the logs, right? Otherwise, the table size will get increased and the customer will also
I
get
mean
need to
unnecessary
pay more.
space. Okay. 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 And do you said we have a clustering option here, right, for the mid servers?
Yes.
So are we gonna cover that topic?
There is like it's not that much of topic. Like okay, click on the cluster. If you have a more than two or three mid servers in your instance,
Mhm. Configuration cluster.
mid server, click on the mid server cluster. Yeah. So click on new. You are just adding this load balance. Type any, give any name.
Okay.
Yeah, load balance. Or else you can choose a failover, but there is not required to choose failover because it only happens if one mid server is goes down. But for us, we need always load balancing, right? So yes, here you're adding the mid server for this load balancer. You have one mid server, you can add it here, edit.
Okay. Under this category, we'll be getting the mid server home how many ever we have created.
Yes. So while selecting a discovery schedule, instead of selecting specific mid server, you're choosing this cluster.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
So you need to explore all the options what we have in the individual forms. Then you will get a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. For now, I think we are good.
Yes. Yeah, just try to do it for the Azure.
So event management is one like a ITOM module, one of the ITOM module what we have. In the discovery, discovery, event management, service mapping, all three are like a coordinating with each other. You know, so the discovery, what it will do, it will bring the data of the customer infrastructure, right? So you running the discovery and capturing the information of those infrastructure details. Discovery and means CIs and all, right? The storage and every data you're getting and populating in the CMDB. So what is the use of event management? Customer will have their monitoring tool to monitor their infrastructure, right? So
Mm.
for example, BMC True Site,
Mm.
they have their infra to monitor those infrastructure. So if something goes happen, like for example, there's a one server. If something is happened to that server, like there is a network down or there's a restart, what will happen is that monitoring tool what they integrated in their infrastructure will create an events, right? So it will create an event and it will create a ticket to them to resolve those issues. What ServiceNow event management will do is we will integrate the monitoring sources like monitoring tools, whatever the customers are using, with the ServiceNow instance. So we get the data, whatever the events are generating in the BMC2 site, we will get those events into the ServiceNow. Then the benefits of event management in the ServiceNow with the alert correlation, we use our own rules and correlations to reduce the noise, the count. We may get n number of events, like millions of events. There is no need to create a case for every event. So ServiceNow event management will use the alert correlation and field mapping and the event rules to say to reduce the number of events, to create case only for the events where really requires to be worked upon.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what event management, and what are the benefits we are going to get. You will see like actually like people will get confused. If you see small kind of an issues like a P4 events, you don't need to create any case for that kind of events, right? The service kind of like
uh, there is a reboot happen, it got automatically, server came up, but people will know not aware of that, and they will get a case and they need to work on that. But what
Hmm.
we have do in the event management is we will close the case automatically based on the current status. If it server goes down and up, we will get an events. Both events will get it. So we'll utilize that up events to close the case. So there is no need of any manual intervention in that time, right? So that is one of our advantage. And the grouping, what we do, you know, for example, there is an issue on that one particular server. That server is completely down, but it got multiple alerts because network team also monitoring those servers. So if any issues occur, the network down events you will get it, server down events you will get it. It will create a multiple alerts. So what will happen in that time is every different team needs to work upon that individual cases, but the ultimate reason is the server is down. So in that scenario, what we do is we group the alerts together and we'll create one case. We'll
Hmm.
add those other alerts to the one single primary alert, and that primary alert will get a case, and the team will work on that primary alerts. So once they resolve that primary alerts, all the related secondary alerts also will get resolved, right? So that is
Okay.
one of the advantage what we have. Okay,
Hmm.
we'll explain you in that. Like we'll go through with that. Once we start working on those rules, you will see that what are the benefits, how the correlation works, and what are the field mappings we use to group together the alerts. Okay,
Okay.
and these are some advantages. The what I mentioned: noise reduction and alert correlations, and the alert insight. We will get more detailed information of that case. For that particular alert. We can customize the alerts form based on the customer requirement. Whoever is working on that. For example, there's a network engineer. He's working on the any network related stuff. He needs more information, right, on that case or alerts to get
Yeah.
resolved, because if they don't have any proper information, so it's very hard for them to troubleshoot, right? So that's why we give more in depth as per the requirement, what are the information they need
Hmm.
and the alerts to work upon. And the health, this is something, once we implement the service mapping, you will see this information, on the dashboard. Now this is again correlating with the service mapping. So the discovery, event management, and service mapping all are correlated. All each other depends on other modules as well. The discovery is the core thing, which depends a service mapping depends on the discovery. Event management utilize the both discovery and service mapping to give a better service to the customers, using those information. Because if the ci is we are creating any case, means we need to tag that ci configuration item into that case, right, or alert form. So those information will be provided through the discovery. If something case got created for any particular server, that server is part of the service mapping. The service mapping will be shown in the red, like you're seeing one right here, because there is a one case is created for that server, but server is part of that application, and we created a map for that particular application.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is how it works in the service now, like event management. You can see, right? So this is the connector one. You need this because these are the out of the box connector which are present in the service now to integrate with the monitoring tools.
Okay. Event
And
management
this is the
connector.
plugin, for the alert management rule, where you can attach the flow designer to create a case, and you can utilize it for multiple purposes. For the orchestration also, you can utilize these alert management rules. So this is where you start creating a case. This is the rule where we need to create rules to create a case and incidents.
Okay.
And this is the core plugin. I think we already installed. This one we need to install these three more, these two.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is the one thing, and I will show you the sample. Let me check if I do have any events. Okay, so this is the self-monitoring tool. It will monitor your mid server. So whenever a mid server is goes down, it has a specific time of like a period to wait to till get create a case. So if mid server is goes down, it will create this event and it will create an alert. This is self-monitoring what we have in our service now out of the box.
Okay.
Okay, so similar way, once we integrate it with any monitoring tools, you will see the different what is the source type you are going to integrate. If it is BMC, you will see the BMC here, otherwise Datadog. Based upon the monitoring tools, you will get that source information over here. Okay, so
Hmm.
once we
Sure.
create these events, then our event tools will process these events and it will create this alert. Okay, so the alert will be, you will get this alert information in the alert form, alert table. Okay, so you can see, right, for this event it created this alert.
Hmm.
You can see, right, like this is the self-monitoring source. Our event rule will process whatever the information we are getting in the description field, right? So based on this it will populate the values on the different fields, on the source, node, type, resource, configuration item. You can see the configuration item, it is showing lab discovery mid, because this is our CI Windows server where we install the mid server. It is down, and we already have a discovery in place, and we discovered this CI. So this alert got tagged to this particular CI. If I open this in the dependency view, here you can see the information, right? The warning information, the active alert. So there is a one
Hmm.
alert which is created for this particular server.
Yeah.
Because the server is not down, server is up. Maybe the service is down, right? Because it monitors the service, not the server. It monitors the mid server services.
Hmm.
Okay, so these are the information are populated through the our event management rules. So where you will see those event rules, here even though you can here also see, you can use this find matching rules. What are the event rules, it will match, it will show it here. Currently we don't have any event rules, so that's the reason you can see the no event rule is applied. So by default it created this, by default it updated the values, out of the box functionality. If you create any event rules, based on event rule it will populate the values on the individual form, like on these alert forms.
Okay.
Okay, and again I mentioned, right, that service mapping thing, how this coordinating with each other, because you can see there is a one map application. You can see ServiceNow event management. So this application is showing minor because it tagged to this alert. There is an alert on this application because the CI is part of that application.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you understand one module, then only you are able to understand the other modules as well, because they all are work together. Because that's the advantage of ITOM. The basic concept, the ultimate goal of the ITOM module is for these three modules. And we do have another module like orchestration. That is something where like that's the advanced one. That will be remediation. Once we are creating cases and we are assigning to the respective team. The orchestration, what it will do, it will resolve the issues automatically. So that's a different module. But yeah, you can just ignore that for timing. We'll concentrate only on these three modules. Okay, so
Okay.
these are the event rules, out of the box event rules what we have. And here you can see, right, all of this source name, all are different type of monitoring tools which are present in the market right now. Okay.
Mm.
AWS CloudWatch, Datadog, Dynatrace, Google, every like most of them we do have the standard one. If we don't have any, we can do the customization. We can use the like the connectors. If we don't have it in connectors, then we can use the REST API method. There are different types of integration what we can do using the out of the box connector or else the REST API. But the recommended thing is if we have the monitoring tool and if we have the connector, the preference should be go with the connectors only instead of using the REST API.
Okay. This one is installed.
No, actually, available for you.
This one is there, huh?
Yes, install that one. Go to the ServiceNow products and install the core one as well, event management core. Yeah, that's fine actually. You install that core one, right?